Good morning, Guy and Lucia, if you're maybe watching this too. Okay, I have never felt less like making a shepherd's pie. It's 9:30 in the morning. The thought of it is actually quite frankly repulsive. But for you too, I'm gonna do it. I take it you both know how to make a meat shepherd's pie. So you don't want to see a video of me chopping the veg, do you? You don't need to know that. Because essentially, I don't even need to make this video. You could just go and buy some some vegan meat or some lentils, and then you could just do it exactly the same way that you make your normal meaty shepherd's pie, and then I don't need to make any videos. But you have requested one, you, Guy, have requested one, so I am going to do it. I'm not really following a recipe, but I will send you a recipe at the end of a shepherd's pie. So it just occurred to me that the videos that I like watching of people cooking are videos where I can actually see, I'm going to move this a little bit, where I can actually see some preparation going on. Can you see any preparation? But the problem is, Guy, I don't have a tripod. So I've fashioned together some kind of contraption up there to hold it. So that hopefully you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. I'm chopping a carrot into tiny pieces. And honestly, since Finn was born, or since Finn started eating food, my prep style has changed because I am a big fan of chunky veg, but Finn is not. So I cut things way smaller than I used to. But maybe you're one of those kinds of people who like small pieces of veg. In which case, cut them small. Right, I've done the carrots. Now I'm going to do the mushrooms. I know, do I have to show you that I am, because I'm not going to wash them, quite honestly. I've never washed a mushroom in my life. I'm not going to start now. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cut these really small. Like the carrots, but smaller, because Finn is not a mushroom fan at all. I try and hide them in there. One quick point is that mushrooms are very meaty, or the texture apparently is similar to meat. Some people make shepherd's pies just with like ground mushrooms, or very finely chopped mushrooms, very finely diced mushrooms. So you could do that. If you've got a whole box of mushrooms sitting there, you could just do a whole shepherd's pie with mushrooms, or mushrooms and lentils, or mushrooms and other veg. I'm just going to add some because I'm also using the mince. And yes, I do chop and eat the stalks. Don't tell Torben that, but he hates them. Right, that's going to do because I'm quite bored of chopping the mushrooms now. So I'm just going to really chop them like that. And then I'm going to put them in one of these little fancy bowls. I'm really glad that Torben bought these the other day because these are perfect for a little cooking video. It makes me look organised. I am not normally, I mean, this is why this video is such a bloody struggle, because I'm not normally an organised cook in any way. Normally, I'm not even today. It's a good thing you can't see my feet. I'm surrounded by onion skins and mushroom chunks. But that's fine, it's reality. So mushrooms going in my little pot. You see my little pot? I'll put them all in here. They could be finer. To be honest, I'm worried about Finn's reaction. Might not go down too well. Right, the thing about this is that it shouldn't be any more time consuming than your normal meaty shepherd's pie, because you're basically doing exactly the same thing. And at this moment, I'm going to show you the mince that I'm using. So I guess you probably won't have this brand, but this is what I'm using. Next level hack. Ignore that part. Ignore the date. I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, so it looks, I'll open it. Hang on a second. And I'll just say here, I've never made anything with actual meat mince, so I have literally no idea how you would cook that. But I think, from what I've seen in shops, this looks like mince, I think. It smells meaty. I'll be honest, it smells very meaty. And so all I'm gonna do is fry the onions and the garlic and the carrots and mushrooms, and then I'm gonna put this in as well and brown it off. Is that a word? Brown it up, something. Brown it. And I think that is what meat people do. People who eat meat do. You do. So all those steps I think are exactly the same as a meat shepherd's pie, but we'll see. Okay, so I've also got my potatoes on over there to make the topping. The mash is identical to a normal mash, except that you're not going to be using cow's milk or cow's butter or cow's cream or anything from a cow. You have to find a plant alternative to a milk. So it might be oat milk, it might be soya milk, it might be cashew milk, whatever. And then butter, vegan butter or vegan marge. Got a change of angle now because my makeshift tripod doesn't hold up over this side for this next phase, so I'm just going to hold it. It will be wobbly, but what can you do? I have put some oil in the pan. Can you see that? Oil in the pan, and my spuds are boiling, almost boiling. Oil in the pan. I've used olive oil. It doesn't have to be. If you normally use butter, then use vegan butter. Quick word here on the onions and garlic, because I know lots of people or recipes, they say fry the onions until translucent, then add the garlic. I don't have time for that, quite honestly. I put mine in together as quickly as possible. I throw other things in, and I've never noticed a difference in the taste. I don't know. Do it how you want to. If you want to fry the onions first and wait and then put the garlic in, do that. I'm putting my lovely little mix. I think it was 3 garlic cloves, by the way. I could happily have 6 or 7, to be honest, but I'm keeping it moderate. And it's 1 medium-ish size or large-ish, I don't know, red onion. Frying onions this early. Oh. I need a spoon. Just quickly got to put the extractor fan on for the German, and actually put a scarf on. It's bloody freezing. I'm doing the German thing of, or I'm sure it's probably a universal thing, but they're quite obsessed with it. The Durchluften thing, where I'm, the through air, airing, I think is actually the word in English. Airing. I'm airing the flat, and it's about -8 outside, and I'm bloody freezing. So I'm going to go and put a scarf on. So quick check-in here, guy. Does any of it look weird so far? It's just a normal shepherd's pie, honestly. I mean, okay, the mince isn't in yet, and maybe you can judge then. Maybe it looks wildly different from your usual fare. But honestly, I've just fried some onions and garlic and boiling some potatoes. There's nothing weird or witchy or anything about it. There is nothing weird about veganism. I know maybe you don't say that it is weird, but I have known people who genuinely think what I eat is weird before they know what I eat. They genuinely think it's the weirdest thing. But then the judgment goes both ways, because I think it's really fucking weird when people eat animals. I just think, what is weirder? You're actually eating an animal. Flesh from an animal that wants to live. And we love animals. Why do we don't want to eat them? That to me is weird. Anyway, quick spin round for the onion. Often when I'm at this stage, I would add some soy sauce. Maybe that's a bit weird, I'm not sure, but obviously for the salty umami kick that it gives it. But that's normally when I'm doing just a mushroom shepherd's pie or mushroom and lentils or something. I think with this mince, it's quite salty, so I don't feel that I need extra. But obviously be guided by your own taste buds. But I would put the mince in first and then test it, because if you put the soy sauce in and then you put the mince in, then you're like, holy fuck, this is way too salty. There's no going back. Maybe this is the weird part, I don't know. Is this what meat does? I just try and break it into bits, you know? Kind of poke around in the pan until it looks like I want it to look, put it that way. That's a huge bit there, gonna bash that a bit. But it really, as soon as this hits the heat, it really starts smelling, to me at least, like meat. I mean, and I have given this dish to meat eaters, and they tell me that it tastes like meat. So I think if you're using one of these Beyond Meat, or I think Incredible, they do some kind of mince thing, I think it's going to be even better. Better being as in even more meaty, even more authentically meaty. But I like this. It's cheap. It's from Lidl. And yeah, it does the job. So does this look so far like a I've forgotten what we're making, a shepherd's pie? Does this look like a shepherd's pie? I'd say it's all good so far. I am now going to add a bit of a wild card. It's some, is it that Worcester sauce? It's some vegan, see the little sign there, vegan Worcester sauce. You don't have to. I'm doing this purely because yesterday when you said that you wanted a shepherd's pie recipe, and I started looking for some actual recipes because I just throw things together normally, I saw a couple that had Worcester sauce in, and I thought, I've never done that. So today I'm going to do it. And I also saw one with Marmite in it. Not doing that now, but it's definitely on the list. So I'm going to put some Worcester sauce in, and I am going to put some wine in it, some red wine. Yeah, I'm not going to drink it simultaneously while cooking because it's 10 o'clock. I could. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll just put a small bit of wine in it to give it some more flavour, and then I'm going to add some peas. While we're on the subject of wine, I'm using a red wine, and it is, see, vegan, because not all the wine is vegan, and I think a lot of people who would like to be vegan maybe don't know that, but wine often is filtered through fish bladders. Yeah, and often has gelatin in it as well. So look for a vegan one if you're making a vegan dish. Right, I think we're about at the assembly stage. I've held off tasting it because it's the morning and it's making me feel quite ill cooking it, which isn't really a good advertisement for it, but normally I love it. Evenings, I love a shepherd's pie. And also, this isn't exactly like my normal shepherd's pie, because normally I look in my fridge or freezer and see all the veg that is about to turn, and I just throw that all in. So when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, God, it looks incredibly meaty. Mine normally looks way more veggie, vegetable-y, and I often put like spinach and kale and things in it, but I have to work today, guys, so I'm just gonna do that and put it in a dish and put the mashed potato on top of it, and then I will come back to it later and cook it. But obviously it is all done now. So that was the video of how to make a vegan shepherd's pie. I need to go and close all the windows now because I'm absolutely freezing and I think the flat has aired quite enough. Yeah, I hope you make it, Guy, Lucia too, I hope you make it. I hope you find some good vegan mints. Look in the freezer section of your supermarket, but also in the chiller section. Is that what I mean? The fridge section. Look in there too, but really these ones that look like mints I think are the best ones.